Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I just decided I'd do a really short clip on Tesla, probably about 5 minutes or so. I don't want to keep this too long, just to kind of show you my style, my strategy on how to play these breakout plays. So for starters here, if you look to play this, let's say on Friday, Tesla got this really clear breakout, right? But it's how do you get this nice clear break? How do you avoid all this premium chop right here just to get that one day when it finally gets that nice breakout, right? So pretty similar to how I traded my Netflix plays. So if you go back on my YouTube and rewatch that, really similar strategy here. So anytime I'm looking for an all-time high retest, I always like looking back at the previous all-time high open and close. So when looking at the monthly here, we're going to put the all-time high open and close on our charts. As you can see that there's no more solid candles above that. It's all wicks. Those are my monthly wick filling that I like to call it, right? So when going back here and taking a look at that daily, you can see how this broke this week. So here's Monday, right? First thing this week, we tried testing that 79353 spot. We didn't open above it, okay? But we definitely tried testing above. And the key here is to wait for that clearance, right? So here's that next day when it clears. And then again on Wednesday, it tries testing 81429. The key here is knowing when it breaks. So pay attention to this. All of these right here, just because they tested above never means that they closed above. Look at this. None of these sticks closed above that spot, right? None of these sticks. And when you're looking at where they open and where they close, even when you're getting that clear break, you're still not getting that continuation because it's not just about where you open, it's about where you close. So you got really close here at 79353, 79194, 79136. Right? So very close. The closest that you had was this close right here on October 7th, and you couldn't quite get there, right? That's when you had that bit of a pull. So now you're seeing this nice continuation. Obviously, sentiment was strong for the index on Thursday, Friday, and we had this nice little break over the 81429, continuation, right? How do you capture this? So why did it break out on Friday versus Thursday? Well, a lot of that had to do with actual sentiment. We also had retail sales on Friday, a little bit less impact and more room to run. So as you have this nice open over 81429, how do you gauge how high is too high for this to gap, right? How high is too high for it to run? So now that you know that it's clear your monthly spots, right, of 79361 and your 81429, where do you take it from here? So typically what I like doing is I'll like taking that open and the close. I love when the wick is not too far off from that open and close, right? So by that I'm referring to that 820.25 and then that 818.32. So 820.25 and 818.32. So $1.93. That's approximately where I would want my low to be on the next day's open, right? So if I'm getting a gap open above, I don't want it coming below that spot there. So if you're taking that 193 and adding that over to your 820.25, I want my low of the day to kind of hold above 822.18. And you can see it held 822.35. So very close. That's my back test. That's my calculated risk, okay, on the low on that move. And then as you're looking at the open, typically you want that open to be just slightly 50% or more above that spot. So when you're taking your 193, right, in half, that's 0.965 by 3 there, 2895, 820.25 gives you 82315. Where did we open? 82374. So you got that open above, right? 50% from that high to that low, from the high to the close. And you got that full low at the 100% retracement from that increment of 193 over 820.25. So 823.15 is approximately where I would want the open to be. And then that 822.25 spot is approximately where I'd want my low to be, if that makes sense. So that's another way to look at this. As I'm playing this out now on the breakout here, I know that there's this daily bear flag on Tesla, right? So this is going to be kind of my max resistance on that on that day, because at this point you're just monthly wick filling. So going into tomorrow's session, I'd be looking for a break over that daily bear flag of 844.82. It looks like we kind of got stuck right below that during the live session. And I'm pretty sure we actually broke above in the after hours. So after hours, we had actually cleared that spot. You can kind of see how it nested really nicely above that 844.82. Really, really nice. None of these sticks went below, right? Even though you went below, you never closed below. So you're still holding right above as you're getting that continued break. So from here, you're looking for that break over that level. Of course, you can apply your monthly and weekly spots on here too, right? Like you've got your 3 monthly wicks. Those will be your primary as you're filling those upper sticks, right? So those being these spots right up in here, 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 here. And then you're going right back into that weekly spot to get all the midpoints that you need. And something I like doing from here too is you can take the same exact calculated risk. So you know, if you get that open above this level here, that's kind of the spot that you're aiming for. You could get really, really stuck on an inside day on Tuesday. You see like that little between the wicks there, how it's kind of similar to what happened on Tesla right over here, right? So really, really watch for that ratio. That can be a really, really tight spot if you get stuck in between here. This is on that daily. So you could get that nice move up, possible inside day. And I think we've got earnings on the Wednesday. Is that right? Yeah, Wednesday after hours. So I would probably try playing this into earnings versus during earnings, or if you don't get that clear break this week, my way to approach these plays usually is that post earnings burn and earn is what I call them. So I like for them to melt down before they rip right back up. So just some tips and tricks on how I looked at this play on Friday, how I'm looking at it heading into this week, and just some possible 2-case scenarios, because you can always have more than 1-case scenario, right, when you're playing these things. And you always, of course, going into this week, you want it holding over where your monthly break was. Once you've cleared that monthly break, you don't want it coming back below that, right? You don't want it coming back below to that 814.25 spot. Thanks, everyone.